Hey everyone, my name's Abby and this is going to be my first YouTube video about my cross stitch and what everyone calls a floss tube. However, depending on how I feel about it and if I'm motivated about it and if people want to see more, then I'll post more. But if not, I'm just gonna like post for my own kind of progress and people wanting to see someone who's like a bit more sweary, because I've watched Flosstube for a while now and there's a severe lack of people with my accent, my age and my vocabulary, and I find that I need to expose the world to my personality, you know. And this is a disclaimer to say that I will be swearing. This isn't just to like sound edgy or anything, it's literally like my vocabulary. I've replaced adjectives with swear words now and it's gonna come out. So if you're a kid, why are you watching Flosstube? But anyway, here I am and I'm just gonna say a little bit about myself. I'm commonly known as Abby, as you have already seen from the YouTube video and my name on the website. But I'm 22, I'm from a county in England called Kent. Basically I live near London, and please do not call me a Londoner because I've never ever lived in London. I sound like I'm from London. I've not got a Cockney accent, it's called an estuary accent. I just wanted to make that very clear right off the bat. I'm not from Essex, I'm not from London, I'm from Kent. The shitty part of Kent. I'm not from the posh Tory part of Kent. Actually, technically this is a Tory part of Kent, but I don't like to think that. Anyway, I started cross stitching when I was in uni, I think. I was in first year, I think I definitely started cross stitching the winter of 2017. I think I went into like Wilkinson's, which also known as Wilko, which is basically just a weird fucking homeware store kind of stuff, and I saw a kit for like kids, like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and I was like, huh, I'll give that a go. And I started that, and basically I was like, I hate the alphabet. Why am I stitching the alphabet? I know how to say A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Surely there's more interesting patterns in the world of cross stitch. So I accidentally tripped over and went into Hobbycraft, which is basically like the UK's only version of Michael's, Joann's, Hobby Lobby, whatever. You have too many stores in America. You need to share them. You need to share them to us, because we have to pay DMC more money than you. And DMC is literally like 30 miles away, 40 miles. Actually no, France is like 30-40 miles away. So, you know, I need cheap DMC floss. Lakeside Needlecraft is good for that in the UK, but you guys get it cheaper when sales happen. Anyway, so I went into Hobbycraft, and my gateway drug, so to say, is the little mouse loft kits you get for like £2.50, £2.50 at, you know, Hobbycraft. They're super cheap, they're super fast, but they're super small. And in my opinion, if I was gonna repeat learning to cross stitch again, it would be a little bit on a bigger piece of fabric, because I had to learn how to cross stitch with like a little square that's like not even like this big, and you won't even like. I can show you, because I have bought some mouse loft kits like back then, but I just haven't got around to doing them. But I think they're really funky, and they're cheap, they're cheerful, they've got everything you need. They've got the needle, they don't have the embroidery hoop, but to be honest, I think they'll be better stitched in hand. Who cares? But I shouldn't be showing you this anyway, but these are like the kind of the stuff you'll find if they like kind of focus. It won't ever focus. But can you tell I like cats? I have a cat. His name is Morris. You might see something about him, but pretty much the only reason I'm doing this video right now is because I have to take him to the vets in a couple of hours, and I want to just distract myself while he is fast asleep. He might have just scratched his eye, but who knows. He seems fine though. But once I got, I finished, the first kit I ever did was a little bee from Mouse Loft, and I gave it to, because I was at university at the time, I gave it to one of the lecturers, senior lecturers, research assistants. She has a funky title, but she is absolutely in love with bees. Like, if you think you like bees, no you don't, you have not met her. She's amazing, and you know, kind of gutted now that I've graduated and I have become an official NEET, not in education, employment or training, because I can't get a fucking job in this climate. But yeah, that's like, I gave her that, and it wasn't until then did I realise that you don't like cross stitch with the entire 6 strands of floss. So I was like, why am I running out of thread? Why is this so bulky? I can't put the needle through the holes. And then I actually read the instruction booklet instead of going gung-ho, and that's how I am. But after that, I kind of went on just like searching up patterns, and I come across Clouds Factory. They do some really nice patterns, but the first like proper cross stitch design I've ever done, like I'll show you this now. It's the Greek gods of Olympus from Clouds Factory, and this is my first and only try into DMC metallics. They are the most god-awful thing I have ever stitched with in my entire life, and to have that as like my first main like cross stitch experience was pretty much a trial by fire. But you know, I really like this, and here it is now. So it has all the main 12 Olympians from Olympus, and as you can see, it's not framed. I'm allergic to FFOs. What is an FFO? I stick them in a plastic box, never to be seen again, and I'll eventually find a frame for it, but I don't have enough room to like put them all up in with like walls and stuff. Like, who has walls in this day and age? Like, in this economy, who has walls? Anyway, here is my first foray. Like, oh my god, you know the lighting's bad when you can see the mess of the back, but you know, I'm not afraid to admit that my backs fucking suck. But I really enjoyed this pattern. But before then, Pattern Keeper didn't exist, and I can't count for shit. So, and the back stitching, as you can see, oh my gosh, I really need to figure out a better way to display these. I can just pop a picture in, but I'm a lazy piece of shit, and I probably don't want to fucking be editing this, you know, at 11 PM at night. I just want to post it, let people watch it if they want to be tortured, and that's it. But yeah, I've really enjoyed this, and this was stitched on 14 counts Zweiger. I don't know the colour, this is back in 2017, I'm not going to go back and check, but it's a light blue, kind of, you know, pale blue colour, and it was pretty much all the called for flosses and things. I didn't even know at that time you could actually like, if you had a pattern, you had, like, I thought if you had a pattern, you had to do that exact DMC floss, that exact, you know, fabric, all that kind of stuff. But now, I've discovered actually no, I still do the called for floss, but I don't normally do the called for fabric anymore. But yeah, this was my first official FO, I guess, and here's the back, because it's painful. Oh my gosh. Look, I'm not, you know, afraid of showing back. I'm not a neat back. I taught myself how to cross stitch. Like, I taught myself how to cross stitch. I didn't have an old granny telling me that, you know, you need to have a neat back, otherwise your life is forfeit. I never had a person like teach me, aside from like YouTube and I guess the instruction manual that you get, like little instruction sheet you get from Mouse Loft kits. Anyway, you know, I eventually discovered that it's not really that cash money of you to travel threads that far. It's at that time I think I didn't know how to start and end threads properly, so a lot of that has come undone. So I'm never gonna frame that. I'm never gonna, like, I would probably have to redo it if I was going to frame it or anything like that. Anyway, I had a second pattern I bought from Cloud's Factory at the same time, and luckily this was way more manageable, and this is super cute, and it got me some Reddit karma at the time. Who doesn't like Reddit karma? These are little planets, cute little solar system, and this is stitched on 14 count black spider Ada. I call Jobelin Jobelin, and if you're from the cross stitch Discord server, you know. And yeah, so I really enjoyed this. As you can see, it hasn't been put on anything. There's no like frames, there's no whatever. Like, I don't know what to do with this, but I really like it, and I love the back stitching. It's super nice. It's like a really cute cursive, and I kind of want to learn how to, or like kind of, I wouldn't say steal, but I want to see if Cloud's Factory has an alphabet, or like there's someone with a cursive alphabet out there that is similar to this, because it's super cute and I want to do this on any custom designs that I do. Anyway, at that time I was just, you know, getting into cross stitch, and I was like, I need more, you know, I have a problem, I might as well go in deep. And that is unfortunately where I discovered Heaven and Earth Designs. Yeah, it's literally one of the worst decisions I've ever done in my entire life. However, I don't regret it. It's going to take me until like I'm 85 years old, and probably 20 years after I'm buried in a casket or burnt to smithereens. But yeah, I'll eventually get it done. And this is Artemis by Annie Stegg, and if I have editing skills you will see the finished product here, but I have not got the finished product. And this is massive, like this is legit huge. Like, it takes up all this, because at the time I didn't realise you have to leave an allowance on your cross stitchies. Cross stitchies? That's a new word by me. So this is literally all the allowance I have, pretty much all the way round. And thank fuck I like serged this, like hand sewn and done it on the sewing machine, just to like protect it, because boy, it was coming close. So yeah, as you can see, there are 2 trees and a bit of the dark sky. That's it. Heaven and Earth designs are so like underwhelming to look at when people are going like progressing through it. They are super underwhelming, because for the most part you are stitching like a single tree or like a single bit of cloud for like 2 fucking years. But if you've ever done a Heaven and Earth designs, or you're going through a Heaven and Earth designs, you appreciate that. You're like, wow, this bitch really did spend 300 hours stitching a bloody cloud. Anyway, that was my second pattern, I get, no, like third thing, and obviously I started it 1st of January 2018. I started it on a very memorable day because that's the new year. So now I can spurt that like quick facts. I started this 1st of January 2018, and as you can see, I've barely made any progress. I mean, to be fair, I've made some progress. Before, like, I had a break between me doing this probably like mid 2018, no, early 2018, and I didn't pick cross stitch back up again until like summer, June of 2020, because, you know, the pandemic and all that kind of stuff. You know, I'm bored out of my mind, and I kind of forgot to say about this in the About Me section, but I play video games. So if anyone plays RuneScape, what up? And I spent like majority of the time on RuneScape, and I have a problem, but it's not really a problem if you like it, right? Just like I don't have a problem with buying cross stitch supplies, and probably just like the rest of you, I'm calling you out. I know. You're just a mess like I am. But yeah, that's it for the Heaven and Earth designs. That is, I've bought a few Heaven and Earth design patterns because I remember buying this on sale for about $7, $7, I don't know. Probably the best investment I've ever made, because this has given me already like quite a lot of time progress. But before I started like kind of going in deep in August and September on other designs, I was like focusing more on this, and like I just need to just fill this bitch in with 310. And if I would like to go on a tangent, fuck 310. DMC 310 is the worst fucking floss I have ever come across. The coverage is absolutely god awful. Like, I appreciate with DMC, they must be working very hard to kind of achieve like the dye, the consistency in the dye. Like, at least that's consistent, you know. But Christ, like, actually, now I'm looking at it, it actually looks alright. But in real life, you can see a lot of white behind that, you know. And everyone's like, okay, look, just, you know, a meter away, I can still see it. Like, I probably won't be able to see it like 10 meters away, but at least on the camera, you can't really see it. I mean, that's because it's not focused. Oh, now you can see it. Yep, you can see like there's inconsistencies and all that. And I am stitching on 25 count easy guide. That's 1/1. But you know, the 1/1, it's alright, you know. It's alright for the majority of colours, but it's not alright for 310. Anyway, you've probably not come here to hear me talk shit about DMC. What else? Okay, so I think I started another pattern at that time. I mean, I did start another pattern at that time. However, it was from a magazine, Cross Stitch Crazy. Rest in peace, Cross Stitch Crazy. You have succumbed to the pandemic, but they had an amazing design by a designer that I can't remember. Sorry. Actually, I don't know. No, I would have to check my phone to check that, or my PC, and I just can't be asked to right now. But they had a planets kind of guide, planets collection of patterns. So I was like, wow, I'm a bitch for patterns that are about the galaxy and space, so here it is. I must admit though, I didn't complete this until late 2020, and I didn't start this until, wait, it's not late 2020, it's, I think I did it around July or whatever. It's in my Instagram, whatever. But I started this, I made some progress. I probably was about 25% done. However, I kind of I would put it onto my UFO pile, because whenever I came back to it, it was so, like, one thing you need to know about me, I suck at counting. Like, it's on paper, I'm dyscalculic, and I really struggle with counting. And when I like joined the cross stitch Discord server, I kind of went there with just a couple of patterns in my heaven and earth designs, just to get my motivation back for my heaven and earth design. And then they tell me, oh, there's an app called Pattern Keeper. And I was like, Pattern Keeper who? And let me tell you, my life was changed. I would have scrapped that heaven and earth designs if it wasn't for Pattern Keeper, or I wouldn't have made progress on it. Like, if I can show you a picture of the progress that I had mid-2020 before I discovered Pattern Keeper, like, most of my progress on that design has been made in 2020, God bless. But because of Pattern Keeper, I can now like actually not suck at counting, and amen. So I frogged the entire space thing and redid it, and I did that in like a few days, and like bish bash bosh, like amazing. And I'll show you it now. It's amazing, I love it. And it comes in a design of like four kind of there's like a nebula, there's like a black hole-y type thing, and there's like another planet, I think, maybe. However, two of these come in the same fabric. However, this is, I keep saying however a lot, excuse me, I don't have a very wide vocabulary, as you can appreciate. But this, the fabric is Galaxy 12, or Galaxy Twill, no, Galaxy 12 by Sew It All. But it only came in this fabric size. Like, I didn't cut this, it came as is. Luckily, I managed to buy some more from your boy Lakeside Noodlecraft. So eventually I will be doing all four of them, and you know, it's great, but it's still a fabric. There's no frame, there's no fancy foam board, there's no nothing, it's a metaphor for my life. But after I did the space thing, actually no, I'm completely distracted. As you can see, I just did this off impulsively, and I have no plan aside to show you all of my shit. But I think this is the pattern that got me back into cross stitching, because I saw it on Etsy one day and I was like, holy fucking shit, I need to do this. I need this. I like fucking need to do this. And may I present to you the best pattern of all time, the Body Condition Scale by a store on Etsy that I completely forgot the name of. I'll probably add it in the description or right now. But oh my god, if this doesn't, like, I'm looking at it now and it's like flipping the text like kind of like a mirror, and I really hope it's not doing that like in the final thing. However, there's like a fine boy. This is my cat. This is literally my cat Morris. He's ginger. He is skinny, lanky, but he's like, if you have a ginger cat, they can only be one of two types: and god awful asshole, or like the fattest, laziest cat you have ever met, or both. But my cat's definitely the first one. So he's a fine boy, and then you have a hecking chonker, and you have, no, he chonk, a hecking chonker, hefty chonk, mega chonker, and oh lord, he coming. Oh lord, he is coming. Look at how fucking thick that boy is. That's beautiful, beautiful. And you know, as soon as I saw it, I was like, yeah, I need to do this. And I haven't looked back since, at least in 2020. So that's where kind of everything like kind of reignited for me. But yeah, after that, I went on a Etsy pattern binge, and I was like, yeah, might as well buy it. So many patterns that I probably will never be able to finish in my entire life, but you know, who doesn't? Who doesn't? Are you really a cross stitcher if you actually buy like 50 patterns and don't complete them all in your lifetime? Like, not to be a gatekeeper or anything, but you have a problem just like me. So I looked at this and I was like, the only good thing to come out of this pandemic in terms of cross stitching is the amount of plague doctor patterns now. And I do like plague doctors, but my friend, she is obsessed with plague doctors, so I've been meaning to try and find a bloody frame for this and just send this to her, but she's all in the Netherlands, and you know, I was going to visit her back in April. Gotta love pandemics, right guys? Yeah, what can I say? But I love this. It's so nice, and the flowers around the like the plague doctor, like I didn't want to overt one that's like, wash your fucking hands, you filthy animals, and with a plague doctor on top. I'm not that like kind of overt, although I did buy a pattern from the same Etsy seller with a dumpster, like a green dumpster with a fire in it, dumpster fire, that says 2020, and I'm tempted to stitch that if I ever have the time. But oh, I think the last FO I currently have in my possession is, or that's currently owned by me, is this cute little kitty. You know, he's a cute little kitty. I got this from Heritage Crafts as a kit on sale, and I think you can still actually get them on sale. It just only cost a £5. This was stitched on 27 count even weave. I'm assuming there's DMC colours, but yeah, I really love it. It's so cute. But this is my first foray into fractionals. I don't know what the term is, but you stitch like in between holes, not like a fractional, but like kind of you use two books. I don't know what I'm talking about, but yeah, that opened me up to a life of hell. However, in the whips I have at the moment, there is a few fractionals, but they're really not something to like be worried about, really. They're fine. They're absolutely fine. On even weave, not Ada. I have to do a fractional thing on Ada right now, and I'll show you that in a minute. That is the worst thing I've ever done. Fractionals and Ada, no thank you. Anyway, moving on to whips, kits, whatever. So I go to hospital in London quite a lot. Don't worry, it's just a side effect of being in Kent. And it's near Oxford Street, and there's a huge ass John Lewis in Oxford Street, and they have a haberdashery in there. And apparently, like, I've only been made aware that haberdashery is really only a UK term. Americans don't have haberdasheries, they just have Hobby Lobbies and Joann's, and honestly, haberdashery sound well fucking posh. And John Lewis is well fucking posh. And honestly, I never thought I'd be caught alive in a John Lewis, shopping at a John Lewis, but apparently cross stitch is only for posh people, because you don't find this shit in Wilko, Poundland, or you know, whatever like that. But they have some really good stuff. They have grown. I went there a couple weeks ago, like the first time I was in London for like several months, obviously, but they really upgraded their cross stitch selection. They have so many kits. They have so many like supplies for DMC. Like they have a DMC Wheel of Doom now, and they have like so many. It's great. It's great. So, you know, I spent my money. I'm not afraid to say it. I spent my money, and I must admit, I have found the nicest craft bag to ever have craft bagged. You know, this is so nice. This is some like William Morris kind of design or whatever, but it holds all of my whips. It holds all of my kits. It doesn't hold their photos because I just put them in a plastic bag somewhere. However, let's dive into my bag. So in September, the cross stitch Discord server, which if you're watching this, you probably are already a member. Hi. If you're not, join it. You know, there's always links on Reddit and all that, and if you want a link, I'm more than happy to spread the agenda of the cross stitch Discord, where we constantly enable. But every month there's a channel that's about challenges, and this month's challenge for September, like this month's prompt, is like back to school. So you're doing a pattern or a design that you have learnt stuff from. So this is a Heritage Crafts pattern on 25 count. So I got Lugana, I think. I'm pretty sure this is Lugana. It smells lovely. It smells like plastic. Why did I just sniff my fabric? But yeah, this is an alpine scene. I've done currently one full page from it. And this design is lovely. Like this pattern, like I've learned a bit from here. This is my first ever full coverage that I'm actually gonna complete. Like my Heaven and Earth designs is technically my first full coverage, but I don't really count that because I'm not done. It's not done. It's simply not done. And but this has a chance to be done. This is halfway done, 50%. That's a big number for me. And this pattern does have fractionals, and it has blended threads. It has like one technique that I've never used before is kind of like the shading technique. So normally for most colours you would do 2 over, like I'm doing 2 over 2 strands, but in some areas you deliberately use 1 strand for shading purposes, and I find that pretty cool. I always like, this effect looks weird as, because you're just working on this like really up close, but looking from afar and like looking it into a camera, it looks so defined and looks so shaded. It's nice, and I can't wait to stitch the second part because I get to stitch some cows. But I'm done for September for this piece. I've technically completed the challenge that I kind of set myself. There's no like limits or requirements for the challenge that you do on the Discord server. It's just like any progress is good progress, you know. There's no, you'll, you know, be sent to jail if you don't finish your pattern that you wanted to do. But after that, there's also, well, there was a giveaway, not a giveaway, it was a gift exchange, but at the last minute it turned into a pattern exchange, and I was like, gotta get myself on that. I've got to get onto a pattern exchange because that sounds really cool. It's like a secret Santa, but for secret cross stitch addicts and enablers. And oh my gosh, the pattern that I received, chef's kiss, absolutely amazing. And I'm currently working on that today. I think it's like a wolf dream. It's in Russian, like I don't know Russian, sorry, but for what it's worth, it's a wolf with a bunch of designs at the moment. So I've done like the first page. I've done a bit of back stitching because this pattern requires a lot of back stitching, and I'm not really the biggest fan of back stitching, although I did do this back stitching with easy guide needles, so I think I fucked myself over deliberately with that. I think I'm gonna probably do embroidery, like a sharper needle next time, because this is like the back, and it's like, my backs are normally just messy. They're not like the neatest things ever, but it is what it is. However, that is beautiful. It's coming along lovely, and I love the shading of it. And it's just like, when I showed it off, the pattern off in the server, they were like, that's so Abby, and I'm like, yes it is, like, geez, really it is. And another one that's also very me is I bought some patterns from 123 Stitch, and whew, that was quite a pricey exchange from the US to the UK, but I think I might have avoided customs. Shh, don't tell them. But this is Disturbed by Ink Circles. I bought it for the already disturbed because that is literally me, and that is literally my cat. Even though he is, I'm the one disturbing him right now because he is fast asleep. You know, all pretty asleep. Well, I hope he is. But yeah. Actually, no, I left the whip over here, and this has been on the called for fabric, which is technical difficulties. 28 count Demoiselle linen by Picture This Plus. Who's Demoiselle? But it's, you know, 28 counts, 28 count, stitched over 2 threads, 2 over 2, 2 threads, blah blah blah. And this is my first time also using like non-DMC colour, like threads. And this is like, I have like a little thread organizer, and these are so funky, but they seem like pretty awkward to like kind of organize, and I don't want to bobbinate them. I bobbinate my DMC floss, like I'm a bobbinatey. But this is so nice. This is such a nice like range of fabrics, and I just like, it's like I'm brushing my hair. Anyway, that's me being fucking weird again. This is what I have at the moment. I'm doing the already disturbed one so far, and I love, like, this is also the same at the first time I'm doing like a little bit of variegated floss, and I love it, but obviously you can't really tell much. I'm really loving the fabric. It's so soft, but that's probably because it's dyed, and if you wash your fabric, apparently it gets softer. Anyway, I think actually that's all of my whips at the moment, aside from, like, I have a little kit I'm doing at the moment that I got from John Lewis, and like I bought a few of these. These are from Textile Heritage, and right now I'm doing one of like a kingfisher. I have no idea where I put that though. I'm not even going to bother trying to look for it. Whatever. But I only made like probably about 20 minutes progress on that. There's nothing to it. It's a tiny, it's like a little picture card, aperture thing or whatever, but I'm going to put in like a little picture frame and give it to my grandparents, because, you know, old people love kingfishers, in the UK at least. But this is one I also got from 123 Stitch, and this is like my first ever, what is it called, primitive design, and this is what I consider the most American pattern I have out of all the patterns that I have. Like, for me, whenever I look at Flosstube, or whenever I look like just online and like the culture of cross stitch, there is some very Americanized, like Americans definitely go more the primitive route, but the primitive route in the fact that there's like people like always doing, like, I never understood, like, with the patriotic stuff, like the God bless our free land type stuff. Like, I mean, whatever floats your goat, but not for me. However, this is for me, and I love it. I don't know if you can see it properly, but it's the Tide Trio by Plum Street Samplers. There, it's focused now. But it's so cute. It's so cute, and I've got that already kitted up, ready to go whenever I get off my arse. Anyway, you know, so here are ones Oh, okay, I can show you the kingfisher one I have at the moment. This is what it would look like. It's tiny, you know, it's supposed to fit a card, but I don't understand, like, how people send, like, cross-stitch cards. Like, what are you supposed to do with them? Like, hello, have a card. Because normally with cards you chuck them away, and I don't want people to chuck away my cross-stitch. Like, I spent hours on that. So do you just have a permanent card in your... Anyway, so I bought 3 kits from Textile Heritage when I went to John Lewis, and they are so cute. They're made in Scotland, and they come with everything, and they are quite creative in what they do. They don't have, like, in normal, like, kits like waffy threads and all that. It's just, here is picture, you will create picture. I have no problem with that. Like, I like those, but these are like actual crafty, like little crafty things. So I've got a bookmark, I've got like the aperture card, and I've got a lavender bag. I can't really, like, I kind of decanted them into like kits, but this is everything. They even have the bloody lavender for the lavender bag, and they have like Ada band, so I'll be working Ada band for the first time in these kits. There's a squirrel bookmark which I can show you because I still kept this. This is quite nice bookmark about red squirrels. They do be out there, and I love the mushrooms. There's like the taxonomy. I should know this. I had a degree in environmental science. This is what we did. Taxonomic Latin name or whatever, but I love them. They're really cool. But they're to be started another time. Somewhere I got in Canterbury. So there's like another haberdashery in Canterbury. And it's like it's C&H fabric. Like, I know it's C&H fabrics, and they have a kit that's in Dutch in England, in Canterbury, but you know, it's all right, it's fine. But you know, this is like a 4 seasons thing, and to be fair, I kind of bought it for the Dutch because I want to learn Dutch, and I go to the Netherlands like every fucking year except this year because, you know, haha. But this is, you know, time to butcher the Dutch language. Lente, spring obviously, zomer, summer, herfst, autumn, winter. But I love the little designs. I love the bunny. The butterfly is so cute. The blue tip. Mushrooms are alright. You know, they're just chilling. Let them be chilling. God bless them. But yeah, I think that is literally everything I can. If I haven't, tough luck. But I hope you enjoyed this, and you might find me somewhere. But you know, if you like this, whatever, do what the YouTubers do and smash that motherfucking like button. No, you know, I just wanted to show off the progress I had, just in case I want to like look back and see my own progress. But if you want to join in for the ride, fucking feel free. You'll be welcomed. You know, if you want to chat about cross stitch, I'm always on the cross stitch Discord, you know, or you can just comment here. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this and enjoyed my ramblings. I think I should really plan these a bit more, but I just started to, you know. And honestly, I didn't realise I would last. I thought I would last 10 minutes. I thought I'd be like, here's this, here's this, here's this. But I've obviously lasted like 49 minutes, so I have potential. Anyway, it's lovely to meet all of you, and hopefully I'll see you around. Bye.